If you were going to wake up in the morning on an open day of spring turkey season and say, "Turkey gods, I wish to hunt a hard gobbling turkey today," you know, spectacles, testicles, waddle and watch. I want to hunt a hard gobbling turkey. If that turkey gobbled 1/5 or 1/10 of the amount that he did, you would think that your wishes came true. And that was a hell of a hunt. I love hunting them easterns, boy. If I had my choice, I'd be hunting easterns in the hardwoods. Aluminum crock pot and a rodeo clown diaphragm from Cartel Custom Calls. And some patience and sitting in the right spot on a hump here in the hardwoods. Public land hooked and Indiana's done. Well, folks, here we are in Indiana. Our boys Chip and Colin just dropped us off in the boat. We can hear 4 or 5 birds gobbling on the limb up here in this timber. We're hunting public. There's a lot of birds gobbling. Haven't seen anybody else around, nobody else scouting or hunting. We're gonna get up here and get on these birds. These birds are interrupting my interview. I'm hearing them in the distance. I'm dressed in my finest winter attire because that was one cold boat ride. We're gonna go up here into this public timber and try to make it happen. Indiana, Bangland's 2022. Let's rip it. Well, we got dropped off on the edge of the water from the boat. I just got all my heavy winter clothing off because this bird that we heard from the lake down there is ripping it down. He's gobbled probably 40, 50 times since we got out of the boat. Still gobbling. So we got all our heavy clothes off and now we're ready to hike and we're going to try to go around them. It's just kind of a little peninsula that comes in here off the lake into this draw. It's got a pretty nice little gully bevel to it there that bird was roosted on, and he's kind of standing up on that opposite hill up in the timber, just ripping it down, gobbling. But we're going to get around here on this little walking trail and get up and go to the right and try to get over on that side of them because obviously they're not going to walk over water. So this is a pretty simple way to see where we got to go. We got to go opposite of the water over there. Plus there's 4 or 5 birds gobbling in that direction and he's gobbling on his own. So the thought process in that would be that bird's going to go away from the water and towards those other birds. So we're going to get up there and give it a rip. Yeah. Ain't very far at all. That timber's super open. He's just pretty much, we're on this knoll here. It's got a gully and then up on the other knoll. He's right on that other knoll. You know, airspace wise, he's probably only 275. really open in the timber, so we're gonna have to sit back and not push it. But we'll loop up around here somewhere, see what it looks like over that knoll, and see where we want to sit down. I'm still burning it down. It's probably 7:45 in the morning. Still gobbling. I don't want to spook. Go back. No way we're crossing that right there. They came this way already. No, I think we should go back where we came from and sit right there in that open timber. Because we can't cross right there unless you want to go down over and over, but I don't. It's thick. And I would make haste because they're coming this way. Well, we slipped in on these birds. Sounds like there's two of them. They're over there hammering. They're just out of sight across this draw and on the next point. But we snuck up here the best we can right here in this treetop. So we could have some good cover, especially with the camera. Stuck the decoy right there, just went with one jig. Less is more. So we're gonna get situated and see if we can yelp them up. I know. Feels kind of spooky to me. Yeah, I can get in there, but I'm going to be off your camera. It's going to get sunny quick. And we should make sure that it's perfect before we yelp at them, because some things are liable to come running right in. I mean, looking around, I think you should be right there, and I should be with my back against that tree. So let's do it. I wanted to know before I called, what's the furthest to the left you can see? I mean, like right here in my plane. To the dead tree. Can't see the dead tree. Okay. So it's got to be to the right of the dead tree. What about like just left or just right of the dead tree? Can you see that? Okay. Don't do it to yourself. Just don't. Mind your own business over there. It's gonna make problems. coming this way. Well, here we go again, folks. Rope can't mind his own business. I sat down and yelped on a rodeo clown and an aluminum crock pot and a cocoa stick, and Ropes answered me probably 40 times in about 5 minutes. He's looking for issues. He's gonna make problems. Can't mind his own business. Just stop it. You think the rope's bringing? The one definitely sounds like it is. Already got him in spookable range. Just can't sit and have a beautiful unbothered morning on public in Indiana. Can't never hunt till noon or 1. I don't think I've heard one do that many times. I'm waiting for that other one to just come out of nowhere down here. I want to see that thing gobble. What, did he move right there? Sounded different. Yeah, that changed a lot. Is that the secret formula? Is that the secret formula, is to absolutely get him a long gobble like 8 times in a row? Something's happening, Alice. Are kind of down in the bottom, ain't it? 50 steps and he'll be up here. I'm going click off this time. Oh yeah, get ready, bub. Right over that dirt mound, ain't he? Oh, here. I saw a flash or something, but I couldn't tell what it was. Yeah. No, but I think I saw a flash of his back when he went right. Down there by that darkest tree to the left of the dirt mound. Comes to the right of the dirt mound over the log. Okay. I've shot a lot of turkeys in my day. That thing's probably the hardest gobbling turkey I've ever shot. Without even over-exaggerating, I bet that thing gobbled 350 to 400 times in less than 3 hours. Unreal. Bet that thing gobbled right there at 35 yards. Right at us. Just, oh. I didn't want to call too much when he's in sight of us practically right there. I mean, he's in sight of us, but we couldn't see him, so instead of calling a bunch at him, I just moved my right boot around in this little hole I got dug and just moved the leaves around, and he answered it, and he could tell we were right up here, and he turned and come right up here. All I know is, if you were going to wake up in the morning on an opening day of spring turkey season and say, turkey gods, I wish to hunt a hard gobbling turkey today, you know, spectacles, testicles, waddle and watch. I want to hunt a hard gobbling turkey. If that turkey gobbled 1/5 or 1/10 of the amount that he did, you would think that your wishes came true. That thing gobbled like he was a flock of 6 or 7 2-year-olds that had never heard a call before in their life. I can't believe the long gobble on that thing. It wasn't just, it was, it's that last like spit at the end. He's just pushing it all out of there, man. That was the one I heard out of the boat, man. It's just right when they cut the boat. That was just meant to be. Hardest gobbling turkey of the century retrieved.
Maybe. Question mark retrieved.
Oh yeah. I sent her down through there, bud. I spiced her down through there. That thing is hooked, dude. Come on.
No wonder nobody else is gobbling.
Well, we played the game and got Indiana hooks. Man, that's a good bird. Thing's got a hell of a rope on it, too. I think it's 2-year-old, and I think it's boss. I don't know, man. I think it's 2-year-old, but I really don't know. Why is he living in this peninsula 3 miles off of any road? And he's got very close to 1.5 spurs, and he has no hens on opening day on April 27th in Indiana. Well, folks, that's how it's done. Oh, aluminum crock pot and a rodeo clown diaphragm from Cartel Custom Calls. And some patience and sitting in the right spot on a hump here in the hardwoods. Public land hooks in Indiana's done. Love hunting them easterns, boy. If I had my choice, I'd be hunting easterns in the hardwoods. We set up right here on this point. That bird's gobbling across that draw over on that next knoll. And he's just going left and right, gobbling. We snuck around the backside of this knoll. Saw these down trees right here. We came right up. We got Tyler back there. It was kind of like our Iowa setup. We got Tyler back there, and he's sitting against this tree right here with this nice backdrop. I get right in front of him at the bottom of that big tree, and we got ample amounts of cover because we don't have a lot of green leaf in the woods early season like this. So you got to use what you have. And we have a lot of back cover. I stuck a few sticks in the ground, kicked all the leaves out of the way, but I always make sure that I leave enough leaves so I can move the leaves around if I want to sound like a feeding hen. That bird was gobbling at only 40, 50 yards right there, just out of sight. And I just decided to kick my right foot around and move those leaves, and he answered it. He gobbled, pinpointing right where I am. After I did that, he come right up here, came in sight on the other side of that down log. Yelped to him one time. He went right to left and went down there, and he gave me a standing shot with his neck up. It was perfect. We're looking at the turkey coming from this direction, even though he's over there. Everything behind us is all blowdowns, cutovers, thick stuff, honeysuckles, rose bushes. He's not going to go through that. He's going to go around it and come in. So we usually tend to think of it as they're doing their J hook. So that bird's over there. He come down into the bottom, went down around in front of us about 70 yards, and he did his little J hook, come right around that down log over there. And he had a hard time seeing the decoy, which is not unusual in the timber like this, but got the job done, got a perfect standing shot at him. He gobbled, I don't even know, no exaggeration, probably 350 to 400 times. Running the aluminum crock pot, running the rodeo clown back and forth, just sounding like two hens, moving the leaves around, and just listening to his body language the best you can. So he's over there gobbling, and he gobbles 6, 8, 10 times right in a row in a 5-minute span. And then he stops gobbling for 2-3 minutes. When he stops gobbling for that 2 or 3 minutes, that's the time in my head that he's either making a move or he's waiting to hear more turkey sounds over here. So I'll give him 4 or 5 minutes in between gobbles and give him some clucking and purring on a pot call or some light yelping on a mouth. And he answered it almost every time. And when they do that, they're more than interested. They're going to do it. They're going to come in and check it out, but you just have to give them time enough to do it. This bird took over an hour to do it. We've been hearing this bird gobbling on the limb since daybreak from the boat this morning, and we waited until I looked at my phone. It was 8:23 in the morning before I called the first time, and the reason for that was the setup was not right. We had to move 6 or 8 feet over. I want to get Tyler in the perfect spot with his camera to have the right angles, and I don't want to rush it. You should just sit back. The bird's gobbling over there. He hasn't moved in 2 hours. He's going to keep gobbling. He's not going to move. Just make sure your setup's perfect and just sit down. And in those situations like that, I do not like to call to those turkeys until I am set up and sat down, gun on my knee, and I'm ready to shoot. Because sometimes they gobble and they come running right in. Sometimes they take an hour and a half to stroll in. But I do not like that feeling of calling and then moving and calling and then moving, and you end up spooking the bird. The bird's coming to you while you're walking to it. But that's just my general old school rule of thumb, is you're better off sat against a tree before you make that hen call to a bird that's gobbling that hard. A bird that's gobbling that hard is telling you the story. I'm alone, it's breeding season, I'm looking and listening for other turkeys, and I am going to come check it out when I hear one. So, rule of thumb, sit down, set up, gun on knee, start making calls. Let him do his thing. He will make the mistake on his own. You don't have to do it yourself. Just let the bird make the mistake. Today was the peak of the rut in this woods for that bird, and we just happened to be sitting in the hot seat. Thanks to the boat, because we are something around 2.8 to 3 miles from the nearest road. So another tip is, if you can use waterways to hunt public or hunt any property and you can get way back off the road, get on it, man. Those birds are untouched, unbothered. There's nobody ever back here. There's one little walking trail that goes through this woods down by the lake, and most of the tracks in the mud are horses. So people are riding their horses through there in the spring and summer. And as far as this bird knows, there's no such thing as a turkey call. There's just real turkeys, and he ended up finding out that that's not the story today.